Welcome to our cabin where we're going to be spending the next 17 hours in.
Hello and welcome to today's video. I am standing right outside Bang Baramu station and we're going to be setting off from Bangkok today all the way to the south of Thailand to a city called Hat Yai, and we're going to be taking the overnight train to the city, which is going to take 17 hours to get there. Our train sets off around about 3 o'clock, 10 past 3, and we will be arriving the next day, I believe around about 7 a.m. Our tickets are 2 first class passengers. So I've never been on one of these trains and I don't know what the first class experience is like. But let's see if it's worth getting a train all the way to the south of Thailand versus a plane.
Since the first set of railroads were introduced in 1896 between Bangkok and the previous capital Ayutthaya, Thailand has gradually expanded its rail network over the decades to reach the most remote of its provinces, with Bangkok serving as a central connecting hub. To this day, there are only a handful of intercity lines that stretch throughout the country. These include the Northern Line to Chiang Mai, which is the most popular route amongst tourists, the Northeastern and Eastern lines, and lastly the Southern Line, which is the longest of them all and is the one that we will be taking in this video to the city of Hat Yai. Together, these 4 rail lines make up approximately 4,400 kilometers of Thai railroads.
They are straight up offloading motorbikes from what looks like a passenger train, but actually is being utilized as almost like a cargo train. I see a lot more motorbikes in these carriages.
While in the early days, trains were a fascinating technological addition to the country's transportation system, they would eventually become less desirable as the inefficiency from a state-run enterprise would eventually take its toll on the train service and would lead to consecutive year-over-year losses. In 2019 alone, the state railway reported a loss of 16 billion baht, while in the following year that number increased to 19 billion. And so with no spare capital to reinvest, the trains would remain in service for extremely long periods, making them outdated, slow and decrepit. Additionally, as most of the trains constitute of only a single track, it almost guarantees that they never arrive at their destination on time. Naturally, these factors along with the advent of cheap flights and affordable vehicles would see the decline in the number of passenger fares, even though rail is more cost effective and environmentally friendly. Therefore, in an attempt to revitalize and rebrand the neglected rail network to meet the needs of Thailand's rapidly expanded middle class, in 2010 the state approved an urgent 4-year investment plan that would cost approximately 176 billion baht, of which 4.8 billion would be used for the procurement of 115 brand new electric passenger carriages. And it wasn't until 6 years later that these new carriages hit the Thai railroads.
Wow, this train is huge. And look at the amount of carriages it has. Right, we are the very last people to board this train. We are in carriage 6am. Oh, 6am is further down, is it? Oops. 6am. Oh, 6am seems to be the very last carriage. Cop and cab.
The newer sleeper trains come in an option of first and second class tickets with air conditioning fitted throughout, while in the older trains not only is there a third class that are essentially just normal upright seats, but some of the second class sleeper tickets do not have air conditioning and are only fan cooled. The first class tickets feature a private cabin with 2 beds, while the second class tickets are in an open plan carriage. Typically the lower beds are cheaper as they're a little wider and slightly more comfortable than their upper counterparts. To secure a ticket on the new sleeper trains, you must book the Special Express CNR train service as shown here, which denotes the new trains. If you book a ticket that doesn't have this, chances are you'll be riding on the older trains. I'll put a link in the description, which is a state railway website where you can purchase your tickets. Just make sure to change the language from Thai to English in the top right corner. It makes it a lot easier.
Hello. Oh, it's very low. Okay, this is our place, is it? Wow, thank you.
Let's go.
Cop and cab, alright.
as we're going to be here for the next 17 hours, we better sort out our luggage so we can utilize the most of the space that we have. Right away, the air conditioning is really strong and nice, which is brilliant. This is where we're obviously going to be sitting, but I believe these also double up as a bed too. So I think this pulls down, and these seats somehow, I think these seats get tucked underneath here. But we basically put our luggage underneath this main seat where we're sat. Oh, hello. Hello. Make the bed?
No,
Oh, not now.
Yes, I take the pillowcase for you.
Oh, okay. All right. What time will you do the bed?
When you want.
Oh, when you want.
This one.
Oh, okay. Cool. Just call that. All right. Thank you.
This is a towel.
Towel. Okay.
The bathroom that's accidental for you. Welcome.
Thank you. Double cab. Thank you. Thank you. Double cab. All right. Let's take a look at this little infotainment system. So we can click on here. Oh. Is it not touchscreen? No, I think we have to use the buttons on the wall here. Oh wow, I think this has got a bit of a problem. It's not exactly working. Well, let's see if this one works up here. But anyway, we're in cart number 13 on train number 31. We're supposed to be arriving at our destination at 7:25. Terminal. We're supposed to be arriving at our destination at 7:25, but we're running about 10 minutes late. The outside temperature is 38 degrees Celsius, but right now in our cabin it's 25 degrees Celsius, which is brilliant. It's really cool, I'm telling you. We've got 4 signs here basically telling us whether the bathroom or the shower is occupied. Right now they look vacant because of the green sign. I think when they are occupied, these will turn red. We've got an off sign. We've got a dinner sign as well. I'm not sure if they can actually bring us dinner. And then we've got like some sort of presets here. So full GPS, channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. It doesn't have TV, but I don't know what these alternate through. But the annoying thing is, I thought this would be touchscreen. We basically got to watch what's ever slapped on screen by the program that's running in the background. We've stopped somewhere. I don't know where we've stopped.
We stop at Salaya.
Apparently we've already arrived at Nakhon Pathom, which would have taken us about an hour to drive. This is Salaya station. Anyway, we won't be needing these infotainment screens because we brought our own laptops and there's free Wi-Fi here. But even if there wasn't free Wi-Fi, we would use our personal hotspots. Right now the train is doing about 43, 44 kilometers per hour, but it will slowly ramp up to about 100 kilometers per hour, according to the train conductor. One thing I should note is that this wall here, I thought was previously a toilet, but actually this wall divides our cabin from the cabin next door. So my belief is that the cabin next door is pretty much a mirror image of this one. So like the sink would be in that direction over there. It would make sense if it was, because that's why you kind of got this kind of like S curve of the wall. But it means that you can hear people in the other dorm talking away, so you kind of have to keep your volume down a little. So somebody can utilize this as a little workspace, and someone else can use that. Oh yeah, not to forget, we've also got a blind. But anyway, there isn't anything left for us to do other than sit back, relax, and enjoy these wonderful countryside views of Thailand as we go to Hat Yai. Alright, the time is around about 4:30 and I'm now going to go test out the shower because I feel a little bit sticky and I don't really want to take a shower when everybody's trying to take a shower later on in the evening. So let's go now. Alright, I'm going to need my towel and a few clothes. Alright. I've grabbed everything that I need to get changed and to have a shower in this bag. The shower looks like it's currently unoccupied. So let's go now.
Alright, so we've got two toilets, a urinal for men and an actual loo here. And then on the other side we've got a shower here and a loo again. So there's only actually one shower. And I think I'm going to be the first using it. So where does one put their shoes? I guess I'll just put my shoes outside. Is that locked? No. Why is that not locked? Come on. Oh, there we are. Had to push it in a little bit. Alright. How does this work? Bro, it doesn't even work. What have I done? Alright, there we are. What on earth is going on? Why is this not working? Oh, okay, so I've got to turn it on from down there. Right. Okay, that's pretty warm. Good. I never thought I'd be doing this in Thailand. It doesn't look like there's actually a time limit for the amount of water you can use, which is nice. But you do got to be a little bit mindful of the other first-class passengers that will be sharing this facility. Right. How do I stop this? Okay, so, oh right. So you can actually stop this by just pushing on and off, but it was turned off down there previously. Oh, my boxers inevitably ended up falling down into the water there. This is what I mean. Just come with a towel if you're going to use these trains here, because now I've got to find a way to dry my boxers. Yeah, it wasn't actually as difficult as I anticipated to take a shower in here. I'm going to dry myself in here, get into my new set of clean clothes, and then head back to the cabin. But yeah, all in all, this electric shower was pretty good. Is there a point of putting my shoes on? Probably not. Time to go.
Having successfully taken a shower on a moving train, I continue my sightseeing at a Thai countryside from my cabin window. The last thing left for me to do before the day ends is to get some dinner down me, and boy was I happy to find out that there is a dedicated carriage for food and beverage that is equipped with a minibar, seats and dining tables. The only thing is, the state railway decided to get rid of this carriage because it was losing them too much money to be in operation. So to secure dinner, we had to turn to other means.
Is that it, yeah? Wow. How many do we have? This is very small though, look, that is tiny. Each one was 10 baht. I'm going to try one of these. I'm actually a bit hungry. Take a look at these chopsticks. They're not really even chopsticks, are they? I don't know which side to use. Do I use a circular side or do I use a square side? Alright. Oh my god. Is that it?
10 บาทน่ะ
Oh my god. It's tiny, look at that. Look at the portion of that. It's like 2.5 inches in that direction, 3 inches in that direction, about 2 inches in that direction. 10 baht though, 25p. But it gets even better. The food is pretty much cold. Look at that. Does that look appetizing to you? It's okay. It's pretty much room temperature noodles. They are soft though. To be fair, it doesn't taste that bad actually.
noodles do have quite a bit of spice. Time to wash my hands. The time is around about 8:30, 9 p.m. I'm feeling pretty sleepy, and we're gonna try and put this bed down ourselves without calling the train conductor. But I don't know how we would go about doing it. I think I know how. There's only one lever here, and I'm gonna pull this. Oh, bloody hell! There we are. Wow, look at that. Simple as that. I'm supposed to put this on there as well, you see? These are the mats that we're supposed to... Okay. But rather than doing it ourselves, we're going to call the service to do it. And the way to do that is we just push this bell here and wait patiently. But our ETA has moved from 7:30 to 8:20. Everybody's pretty much asleep. Earlier, there was a lot of noise coming from this cabin here and the cabin next door too, but it's gone dead silent now. And so I reckon people are sleeping. Come on. Okay. Alright, time to see what the cabin looks like once it's been converted into a bedroom. You know earlier how you were struggling to go upstairs? Well look, they got steps. Nice dog. And there's actually space up there to be able to put things. Yeah, good to know. This is our duvet. I'm sleeping downstairs and you're sleeping upstairs. You know this came out. He pulled the bed out. Look at that. I even got a place to watch my Netflix. Well, I'm pretty much ready for bed. I'm just gonna finish this movie, but the next time I'll see you will be in the morning. See you then. Well guys, I've woken up this morning and it looks like it's flooded outside. All the rice paddies are filled with water. It must have rained overnight whilst we were on our way here. The time is around about 7:30. Our train actually arrives at 8:30, so we've got about an hour to prepare ourselves to get ready. So I'm gonna pop in the shower and then I'll see you in a bit. Oh yeah. Alright folks, it's the next day. I've taken a shower, I've packed my stuff, and I basically want to give you a rundown of my experience. The biggest problem I had with this trip is I wasn't able to sleep well whatsoever. For some sort of reason, at night, the train got really, really loud. I don't know if it was the speed at which the driver was riding at, or whether we were covering a certain portion of the tracks that was really, really loud. It was probably the latter. I had to put like some Galaxy AirPods in my ears to be able to like block out some of the noise. So yeah, I really couldn't sleep much. I'd say I got about an hour or two of sleep. There was a portion what... Hello? Well, we've almost arrived at Hat Yai. I think we've got about 5 or 10 minutes left to go. But as for the firmness of the bed, yeah, it was pretty good. The pillow was fine as well. The other issue I had was with the air conditioning. The air conditioning comes out of there, but you can only adjust the direction. You can't actually adjust the temperature setting, so you have to accept whatever temperature setting the aircon is set to, essentially. But yeah, it meant during the night, like, I went through phases where I was hot and then I was cold, hot and cold, hot and cold, and I just couldn't find the right balance. So my final verdict on this train trip. Would I do it again? Probably not. This was like a one in a lifetime experience. I don't think I'll be ever taking a train again to go to Chiang Mai or to Hat Yai, because I just can't get any sleep. I'd rather fly there, which will take an hour or two. And also, it's actually cheaper to fly if you fly economy class. But for anyone who's curious about trying new experience, I'll definitely recommend it. You know, do it once in your life. Prepare yourself for no sleep, and yeah, you'll be good. Also, bring some earmuffs. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share with friends and family if you want to do something similar here in Thailand. And I will see you in the next video. For now, we've got to get off at Hat Yai, get our car rental, and then head to the hotel.
Thank you. Right, well that's it folks. We've arrived at Hat Yai station. We now need to pick up our car rental and go to our hotel.
Well, that's it for this video, folks. Many thanks to those of you who watched until the very end. I did forget to mention earlier in the video that the reason why we came all the way out to Hat Yai was for a few business opportunities. Otherwise, travelling here out of the blue would be rather random. But in the next video, I will show you some awesome things that you can do if you ever find yourself in the southern province of Songkhla. So see you then.